I'm Robin from Media Junkyard. Welcome.
Hello.
The last we saw Tess, she was kind of scorched to death by Zod, and an old lady walks into the.
Yep.
What's next for Tess? I mean, what can you give us a little tease?
Sure. Yeah, I can try. I don't know if it'll be teasy enough for you. So Granny Goodness and her have a connection. We don't know what that is yet, but we will. There's tease number one. Tease. She finds out a really big secret about her past. Tease. Which she keeps from people. Tease. Because she's trying to protect them. Tease. She goes to. She tries to help out Clark and Oliver a bit. I think she's going to turn to the goodness of what they're doing and try and see that a little more clearly now that she tried to do it herself and got totally jacked.
Yeah, that was actually definitely a question for me. Like, you really think she's going to be as loyal to Clark as she claimed from the hospital bed there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, at this point, what has she got to lose, right? And what does he have to lose? She keeps coming back. She's like a cat with 9 lives. You know what I mean? She keeps dying and coming back. And so she's got to find her purpose. And I think she realizes that it's a little more connected to Clark than she thought it was.
One last question. Favorite Tess moment so far? Like, favorite scene, maybe?
Ever? Oh, getting to be a zombie. Way cool. Super cool.
Okay, thank you so much. You're on the Media Junkyard. I just wanted to ask you real quick, has Lois figured it out?
Yes, Lois has figured out, and she's going to make him pay.
So what kind of repercussions will that be? I mean, unless you're kidding with me.
No, I really do think she will at some point, and they've been hinting with it. I think at first she has to decide how she fits into his destiny and if she would be a hindrance or a help. And then once she decides that she can be part of this and be valued to him, I think that it's more about when she blows the secret that she knows and then grounding him, going, whatever, you're a superhero, but you're my boyfriend, so deal, and don't think you're Mr. Fancy Pants, that kind of thing. It's kind of fun.
Well, you've been playing the character of Lois Lane for, let's see, 5 to 6 years now. You've been definitely playing it with a lot of class and spunk. What are you going to miss most about Lois Lane after it's all over, or you're not thinking about it right now?
You know what, I'm not really thinking about it right now, but I as every year, I kind of try to live in the moment and enjoy it. And the one thing that I love about her character is how versatile she is, and she's always doing something different and the unexpected. So that's been really fun to play.
Well, thank you very much, Erica.
Thank you.
Right now, my name is Robin. I wanted to say, first off, it is so good to see you here.
It's, I tell you, it's so good to be here.
I mean,
it really is.
I mean, the last, few seasons, we've just seen you in pictures, and it's just kind of like, open the wound a little bit more.
Thank you. Well, I saw a couple of videos that people had done remembering Jonathan Kent. Broke my heart. And now to be able to come back in the first scene, being able to have Jonathan Kent and Clark Kent come together again at the farm and give him that fatherly hug is just it's a dream come true. Really, really is. It's not a gig. This is not a gig. Smallville is not a gig for me. This is a really, hopefully I'm going to last a while, but it feels like a life's work.
I've heard several interviews with you, especially with Shu back there, and how much the character of Jonathan Kent means to you, and how much thought you've put into the role. I mean, it must feel great to finally come back to that. I mean, are you coming back as like a ghost, or?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. I mean, I was real. I'm there, and then I'm just there.
Okay.
And it's tricky. I don't really know, but I'm working on the fence, and I can grab him and I can help say, hey, look, and so I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm a memory. I don't know if I don't think I'm a ghost. I think we've been awarded some special dispensation and some special ability by somebody, hopefully other than Jarrell.
I mean, I can't imagine being from Jarrell after all he took away from that from Paquin.
No, and I tell Clark that. So since when do you listen to him? And then he says, well, Jarrell, I get to say the greatest line. I get to say, you could be the greatest hero who ever lived. And he says, well, but Jarrell doesn't think so. And I said, well, then do what you do best. Prove him wrong. Right. And it's cool. So I'm delighted to be back, and I can't wait to see where it's going. But there's 22 shots at it, so let's see.
Well, thank you very much, John.
Take care.
I'm Robin from Media Junkyard.
Right on.
Just want to know, how does it feel to go into the final year of Smallville? I mean, you've been playing this iconic character for almost 10 years. What are you going to miss about being Clark Kent?
I think I'm going to miss going to work every day. I mean, I've literally, for the last, it'll be 10 years, but I mean, that's all I've done. And it's a big part of my life. I mean, it's 12 hours a day, 10 months out of the year. It's really all I do. So it's going to be a big adjustment for me, I think.
Is there any way you can tease the first episode? I hear it was called Lazarus. Is what's happening when? I mean, we just saw you fall off the roof. Right. Very iconic image as well. So what happens when we come back?
Clark comes to the realization that the way he's been operating isn't going to get him as far or to where he really wants to be. Now he's not sure how to change what he's doing, but in I think episode 4 or 5, Supergirl shows up to give him some advice. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you.
So, when are we going to see that suit again?
You see it in the premiere a couple times, so that's something. And then you're going to see it again in the season. That's all I can say. You're going to see it again in the season sometime.
I imagine, it's season 10, it's like the swan song, Are we going to see a lot of recurring characters come back? Maybe Martha, Perry. We saw Schneider, so we're really excited.
Well, having Martha and Perry back last season at the very end of the season was just so amazing. We'd worked so hard to get that to happen, and they were so great in that episode. So it really launched like what we want to do this year, because we want to bring back people from the past that were instrumental in Clark becoming the man he is, but not just look back with nostalgia. We want it to propel him and move into new places and bring in new characters. So yeah, you'll be seeing Jonathan Kent. You'll be seeing, a couple of the other people from his life. It's too early to tell because we can't get deals with anybody because it's only a couple weeks in. But you definitely will be seeing a lot of faces from the past. Supergirl, we're really excited to have Laura back as Supergirl in episode 3.
One last question. Darkseid's coming back, or not coming back, coming to the show, excuse me. But I hear it's going to be a kind of new interpretation of him. Is he going to be working the coffee bar at the Talon? We had the whole, when Sam Whitworth came on, he was a paramedic. What can you tell us about that?
What I think is fair to say is every time we brought a character on, I think the fans know this and realize this, we always get them to where the mythology is. We always line them up at some point. It's just sometimes if you deliver exactly what people are expecting, there's no place to grow. So we absolutely will line up with everything people know and love, but we want to take people on a journey on the way there. And we have some great characters, some minions of Darkseid, like Gordon Godfrey, Gordon Godfrey, Desaad, the woman with the knitting needles. So there's some fun characters along the way.
Well, thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you.
Okay, so people have been in line. I heard there was 100 people in line at midnight last night. What is your reaction to that?
Well, we actually started getting updates last night as to people getting in line for the panel this morning, and we were literally keeping in touch with and getting the how many there are and what time, and we were just blown away. Yeah, it was really, it meant a lot to us.
A lot of love for Smallville, especially the final year. So is any sort of reoccurring cast members coming back just for the last season at least?
Yeah, John Schneider's going to be in the premiere, and then he'll be in more episodes throughout the season, a couple more, and then Marsters is coming back for the 200th. We're very excited about that. I think it'll be sort of a new twist on a wonderfully familiar face, and Supergirl's coming also as well in episode 3.
How about Allison Mack? Kind of diminished role during the season, but we did see her pick up the Dr. Fate helmet. So is she going to become a superhero now?
I would never ever put the word diminished and Allison Mack in the same sentence. She will be back at this episode or in the premiere episode, and then she'll be in several more after that. She's got a good strong storyline. I think people will not be disappointed. We've actually been talking about this storyline for almost a year.
It's a lot of Chloe love, so that's a great thing to hear. Well, thank you very much, Kelly.
Thank you. All right.